What's up guys, Aaron here to bring you another video on high-end versus low-end markers. I'm going to go ahead and compare what you get and the differences between an $80 gun and a $1,000 gun. Or just about any higher end marker. So what do you get on a low-end gun? Well, you normally get a 12-inch barrel. This is a stiffy 14-inch. It's carbon fiber and it works great for low-end guns. It's low cost and it's pretty efficient for, or not sufficient. It's pretty sufficient for this gun. But that's besides the fact. 12-inch barrel, normally not very good for. They're pretty good for what you get, I should say. They're not good for the long run, but they're good for every now and again you want to shoot. This gun has a quick release bolt. You just pull up the pin and you get it out. It's Delrin. Most high-end guns will have that too, but it's not a high quality bolt like you'd get in an Ego, an LV1, a DM, or something like that. Most of the parts on this gun are plastic. This the grip frame and the feed neck are plastic. Oh wait, that is metal. Never mind. About 50% of the gun is plastic. Maybe even 20%. It's got this back cap is plastic. The inside, there's an adjuster piece inside here that's plastic. The bolt is Delrin, which is nice. It's not super soft, but it's Delrin. It's not terrible. You don't have a regulator on this gun, so your gun's going to run at about 800 PSI, I would say. 800 to 850. You have mechanical safety. It's a long trigger pull compared to a high-end gun, which is like that much. But the reason it's so long is because you have to trip the sear. If I pull this back, it gets harder to pull, and it fires the gun. You get a single detent. Normally, a gun of this price at this price range will have a single detent. It's a gas blowback design, not the most. This gun, it's not the greatest design. It doesn't work very well. A lot of times you'll shoot this gun and it won't cycle. It'll shoot the ball, but it won't recock. So as I said, plastic. You even get it is a metal trigger. This gun's a bit nicer than I thought, but you get plastic grip frame, plastic feed neck, and plastic back cap. Otherwise, this gun is unregulated and very inconsistent. So let me bring in a higher end gun. This is an Ego 11, and you can instantly tell, just in looks, which one's better. You can definitely tell that the Ego 11 has a better trigger. It's micro switch and optical. I'll get into that in a minute. You can see that the grip frame is metal. It's got a higher quality anodizing on it. This one's had metal feed neck, metal back cap. Everything on this gun is metal, other than the macro line, of course, and the grips. But who wants metal grips? So you kind of have to have rubber grips. But I said that this gun is unregulated, very inconsistent. It's a very inconsistent design. This has two regulators. It has an HPR and an LPR. What they do is that when the HPR gets air from about 800 PSI in the back to about 180 to about 100. That makes the gun more consistent. It makes it shoot a lot nicer. It's not gaining and losing FPS every single time you pull the trigger like this gun will over here. This one's very inconsistent. I normally get 280s, 271, and then all the way up to 290s. It's very inconsistent. If I had a chronograph, I'd show you, but I don't. Excuse me. This one too has a quick release bolt, and it is also, I'm pretty sure that they're made out of Delrin. But as you can see, this bolt is definitely better. Got a ramp top, and it's cupped inside to make sure the ball is doesn't break the ball as easy. Now I'm sure you could probably, one second, I'm Not the greatest at doing this. There it is. There we go. Now you could obviously just take a tool of some sort of drill and cup this, but still you're not going to get the performance of a Cure 3 bolt on this Ego Cure 3 Plus bolt. You're not going to get the quality of a Bob Long bolt, a DM bolt, or any of those higher end bolts that are designed to keep the ball from breaking. So what else do you get on this higher end marker? I went over the trigger. It's optical and micro. What that means is the optical trigger, there's a piece of metal or some sort of object that goes through like a laser beam, and when it trips that, it fires the gun. The micro switch, when you pull the trigger, it clicks the micro switch. You can kind of hear it. Maybe not, I don't know. When it clicks the micro switch, it fires the gun. So how does that work? It's got an electronic board in it. See how these controls in the back? You can adjust just about anything on these guns. You can adjust how fast they shoot. You can adjust just about everything. What firing mode, ramping, everything. So what else do you get? You get a clamping feed neck. Now you do get some sort of clamping feed neck. These ones actually do work pretty well. I kind of like these for cheap guns rather than like a press in, just push on loader system, excuse me. This one you have to get an Allen key and tighten it down. It works great for those guns, but you're not going to want that on this gun, because who wants that crap when you can just put a clamping feed neck on it and just clamp it down. What else do you get? You get all metal construction, as I said, and you get this on-off ASA, which is also metal. It's off, now it's on. What you want, you screw your tank in, press that in, and then it's aired up. When you're done for the day, you just press the button and you degassed your entire gun. So what else you get? You get two-piece barrel on this one. Not all high-end guns come with two-piece barrels. Some of the Bob Long guns come with, I'm pretty sure one of the G6Rs came with a one-piece barrel. I'm not sure on Bob Long products. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But a lot of higher-end guns come with two-piece barrels. They do this because you can match the bore to the paint better. So if you go to your local field and you have to buy paint there, it's obviously probably been stored in a shed of some sort and it's been heated up. So if the 685 or 689 that you have is too small for the paint, you can just buy another back and have a 68 or 691 or a 693 that'll fit anything. Or if you're playing with higher grade paint and the 689 or the 685, whatever you have, is too big, you can get a smaller barrel back. It's great. Or even if you don't like the barrel front, I'm sure you can find barrel fronts that make your gun quieter or louder, however you like your gun. Alright, let's go back to these triggers real quick. I missed the part on the triggers. This trigger on the Spider, or just about most of the low-end mechanical markers, don't have an adjustable trigger. It's just whatever it is on the gun. This one has 5 points of adjustment. You see all these little holes? You can adjust it 2 times there and 3 times up top. That makes the trigger pull completely adjustable to the way you like it. With mechanical guns and cheap Spiders and Tippmans and stuff, it's just whatever it is. It could be stiff, it could be hard, it could be super loose, depending on how it was made, how it was put together. I've had a Tippman Griffin and the trigger pull is extremely hard, and it was because they crimped it on too hard. The trigger wasn't milled down all the way, it wasn't carved out. Excuse me. It wasn't made right. I took a piece of sandpaper and I just sanded it down and it worked great. But what you expect with these guns is you're expecting high quality parts, whether it be an Eagle 11, whether it be anything Planet Eclipse, whether it be Bob Long, Dye, any of those companies. You're expecting high quality when you buy upwards of $1,000. But things like E-Tex, you get great parts. The trigger pull, yeah, it's not the greatest compared to an LV1 or a Geo or even this. But you get a better gun than this. This thing sucks. After you shoot this gun, you're never going to want to shoot a cheap Tippmann or Spider type gun ever again. Maybe not ever again, maybe that's too harsh, but you're not going to want to shoot them over your Eagle 11, your DM14, your G6R. What else is there? There's the Shocker that came out. That sounds pretty good right now. But right now, what I'm trying to say is that this is a better gun. It's going to last you longer. Things like Spiders and stuff, these really don't last very long. Tippmanns are great. If you're looking for a cheap low-end gun, something just to play every now and again to try out paintball, Tippmann 98s are normally what they run out, and those things last a while. I'll say that. My friend had a Tippmann 98, and he loved it. He had an electronic little grip frame on it, and it was a great gun. I love that thing. But if you want to play serious in paintball, you have to buy a higher-end gun to be able to be competitive, whether that be an E-Tech 5, an E-Tech 4, a Geo, DM15, G6R, any of those higher end markers to play airball and stuff like that. You want one of these. Yeah, you could probably get by playing with this on like weekends at your local field, but when you go play serious paintball, you're going to get mowed down by people with Eagle 11s, LV1s, Geos, all those guns I just listed. I'm not going to list them out again. So, differences, consistency, you're going to get with this, quality, and reliability. With this, you're going to get weekends of fun. I'll say it, it's not that bad of a gun just to go play weekends with if you don't play very often. But if you like it and you start getting into it, you're going to want to buy something better. Maybe not an Eagle 11 is your speed, but definitely look at the competition for whatever gun you're looking at, because there's always other guns out there. This gun, you get quality, reliability, yeah, all that stuff. This gun's not going to be as reliable. This gun is going to last you a few weekends, and then you're going to have to rebuild it. That's how all of my low-end guns have gone. Not saying that don't buy a Spider, just saying think about buying that gun. If you're younger like me, save up a little bit more. It's going to be worth it. This gun's great. Love it. Haven't played a game with it, but it shoots great. Thank you guys for watching. And if you liked the video, press like. You guys, pretty much everyone says it at the end of their video, so I'm not going to go through it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.